merger, only 4% of teams who start out 1-4 or worse end up making the playoffs. But if Schefter is saying he could miss the following week against the Rams, then starting out 1-5 could be the nail in the coffin. Only 1.5% of teams to start 1-5 or worse end up making the playoffs. Just 4 have done it since the merger. Harry, Ravens, are they toast without Lamar Jackson against the Texans?
I believe they are. And Bart, you said this is the Baltimore Ravens. No, this is not. The Baltimore Ravens that we've seen within the first 4 games of the season, this is not the Baltimore Ravens that we are accustomed to seeing. We understand that culture meant something. That culture and that DNA is no longer on their side, in my opinion. Their defense is just about the bottom half of every statistical category that you want to bring up. But at the same time, Lamar Jackson accounts for a majority of their offense. Running the football, passing the football, it's the unscripted plays that he has the ability to be elusive and create for his other guys amongst his offense. But I'm looking also at the team that they're going against. They're going against the Houston Texans, who are in a desperation situation as well. That defense with Will Anderson Jr., and then you have Danielle Hunter, and then you got Derek Stingley Jr. in the secondary. I don't think this is going to fare up well for the Baltimore Ravens this weekend.
Peter, they're sitting 1-3. Is this a must-win game for the Ravens?
No. And I know we're in such a knee-jerk, society now where every game is the end of the world. They could lose this game and the Rams game, and I don't think they're in that much of a trouble. Look at the final 8 games on their roster. Browns, Jets, Bengals, Steelers, always going to be a tough match. Bengals again, Patriots, Packers, Steelers. I don't see this as a murderer's row to end the season. If Lamar can get back there, I don't care if they have 1, 2, 3 wins. It's still going to be the Ravens in the end in January that we're talking about, giving everyone heck in the AFC North. I look at that division. The Browns aren't going to be winning that division. The Bengals aren't going to be winning that division as is right now. It's going to be them and the Steelers, and I don't know, are the Steelers running away with this thing? I'm not so sure about that.
Brand and culture always matters, right? And the Ravens just need to remember who they are. You said something very important. You said that Lamar accounts for, 70% of their offense. That's the problem right now. Because when you look at it, they have one of the best running backs in the game. He only has 8 carries this season, right? He had 8 carries in the last game. He only has 49 carries this season, right? You talk about Lamar Jackson has 21. Listen, this is a team with a great pair of running backs. This is a team with a great pair of tight ends, maybe the best in the league paired together. 2 of the best receivers. Lean on them. And maybe it may take Cooper Rush being a quarterback to show them that they can win in a different way. You know how to protect that bad defense? Is by running the football and limiting the possessions. And the Ravens have all the personnel and everything they need to win ugly traditionally. See, Lamar is so exceptional in what he does. You lean on that and you ask him to do everything when he don't have to.
So I just feel like Tom Monken has to be better because, to Bart's point, you look at Derrick Henry, he has not had one game this season where he's had over 18 carries.
They're down, though, last week, 30-17. That's not a game where you just hand the ball to Derrick Henry 20 times. You had to throw the ball, unfortunately.
But here's my thing. Is the defense getting better? Because if you're consistently down, how are you going to be able to hand to Derrick Henry if you're down?
So that's how you protect the defense, by running the football. They got 2 of the biggest mismatches in tight end position. Zay Flowers is special, and Bateman out there is a guy that you have to deal with, too. Win that way.
All right, Fact or Fiction continues, even though I forgot to ask Fact or Fiction for each of the last 3 questions. Okay. Harry, the Philly offense will struggle again against this Denver defense. Fact or Fiction?
I'm going to go Fact, and it's because of offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo. I said it this offseason, coming into the season, he was the guy that I was highlighting, and he has to do a better job of making things easier for his players. That's the elite ones included. It's okay. When you're watching a Sean McVay, a Kyle Shanahan, a Matt LaFleur, these guys are making everything look easier for their star players. It's okay to line up and give A.J. Brown more on this route tree than what you're giving him. I don't like what I'm seeing right now from this offense. And then you look at a guy, Devontae Smith, I don't think he's involved enough as he should be involved.
Eagles offense, Broncos defense. Who do you trust more?
Still the Eagles offense. Still the Eagles offense because they're the defending champs who have the best offensive line in football, and they can dictate when they want to. What's weird about the Eagles is that we haven't seen them play a complete game. 2 weeks ago, they play this incredible, second half after a terrible first half. And last week against the Buccaneers, they looked lights out first half, and they couldn't complete a pass in the second half. They're still 4-0. They'll put it all together at some point. The Broncos defense is not the 76 Steelers. Okay, Daniel Jones went up and down the field on them. So did Justin Herbert. I don't think that this is necessarily the worst matchup for the Eagles. They could still be able to get the job done.
You're the only guy picking the Eagles?
No, which is fine.
Art.
I mean, listen, this Broncos team should be at worst 3-1. You talk about the launching and all that type of stuff. But I'm intrigued about the matchup, right? I'm intrigued Surtain maybe deciding to take away Devontae Smith because it seems like he's the favorite target of Jalen Hurts right now. Saquon Barkley is yet to have that breakout game. And this pass rush of the Denver Broncos can really get at Jalen Hurts. Can Jalen Hurts push them back by being able to throw the ball down the field to get their respect? Or can this defense dictate? Listen, they don't have to be the 85 Bears, but you can still dominate now when you have a guy that is basically the new version of Revis Island. You can add more assets to the front line to stop Saquon.
So the thing
is in that conversation.
He deserves it.
So the thing that alarms me about the Eagles' offense this year versus last year, they're allowing so much leakage amongst their offensive line when it comes to run plays. That is something that we didn't see at a great bit last season, and right now they're struggling to run the football. So what are you going to lean on? Are you going to lean on Jalen Hurts in his arm? Kevin Patullo, you got to make some changes, in my opinion.
Eagles 3-0 in one-score games. This opened with the Eagles as a 5.5-point favorite. It's been nothing but Bronco money, moving it down to 3.5. That is not public money. Keep that in mind. Do you agree with the idea to go for it there?
Of course I agree with the decision. I think, he has the understanding of his team. This is a team that's played at a high level. I agree with the decision. I don't agree with the play call, taking it out of the best player on the field hands, giving him options. Whenever you're going to have a 4th and short or anything, most defensive coordinators are going to sell out and either come with a cover zero and eat up all the gas. That's exactly what Robert Saleh did. If you put it in Matthew Stafford's hands, then you give him options. So I agree with the decision. This is something that you can turn into a positive if you're a head coach. Hey, I did this because I believe in you, and I think a lot of the players will take ownership of the fact that they didn't execute at a high enough level to get it done. So this is something that's maybe negative. They feel bad because they didn't win, but you don't want guys playing extra plays, especially early in the season when you know that health is a big key.
Peter, do you think the Rams should have kicked here?
No, but I with Bart on this. You put the ball in Stafford's hands, and McVay knows it. He said he was sick, and then he also, in respect to Cam Schlittler, he said that he felt like Schlitt afterwards. He did say that.
Careful now.
Yeah, I did it right. The truth of the matter is, this game meant a lot for so many reasons, but the Shanahan-McVay thing is real. Kyle Shanahan has now beaten Sean McVay 6 times in a row when he's the underdog. Those Niners fans, they infiltrate that SoFi every time they play there in L.A., and the Rams weren't going to leave this up to the kickers again, where not only can they tie the game and make it 23-23, but there was 3 minutes left, and if Pinheiro hit a 59-yarder, he can come down there from 60 and within and nail it and win at the end. I don't mind the call. I don't love the play call, but I also think this game meant more